What's happening, everybody, and welcome to the Pops and Wiz SportsCast on this new year. Coming to you live from the Mr. Whisker Studio in upstate New York. I'm your co-host, Papa K. To my left, the one and only, the coolest cat with whom you want to chat. The meow man of broadcasting, Mr. Whiskers.
Oh, my God! Happy New Year, Pops.
Oh, yeah.
How you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm feeling fine. My car needs repairs. I'm feeling fine.
All right. Happy New Year's, everybody.
Yeah.
It is 2024. This is the first sportscast of 2024. Always, Pops. Hell of an intro.
I gotta think of something new.
Yeah, you getting bored of that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta think of something else. I will one day when I'm walking my dogs. Oh! That's how I got this one.
That's when,
Walking
yeah.
the dogs. I said, your intro was boring. I said, let me spice it up a little.
I like it. Yeah, no, I know. Mine
No
was
offense.
simple. No, none taken. Mine was, it was something simple. I don't even remember what mine was anymore.
You said, I'm Papa. No. Welcome to Pops with Whiskers. Is Papa K. No. Mr. Whiskers. And to my right.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk football.
Football. Where do you want to start?
Oh, my God. How about the Giants?
Ha!
What were they thinking? Had them beat.
Well, it's something we've talked about in the past, Dad, where, there's that level of frustration because you see a lot of teams now, again, when looking at the numbers, the analytics and everything like that, instead of tying the game up, going for the win.
I wasn't arguing that one. I know Dable likes to gamble. He had nothing to lose. They're out of it. Could have knocked the Rams out. But what were you doing, Mr. Tyrod Taylor, when you had Saquon right in front of you? The whole right side is open. And he could have blocked for you. And you tossed the ball behind his back.
It's easier said than done because in that moment when you snap the ball, there it is split-second decisions. And, honestly, at that point, when you look at the Giants' offensive line, they have not, so far this season, have got to be one of the worst teams when it comes to protecting the quarterback.
He had them all faked out. And Tyrod Taylor, he can run.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, if anybody watches the replay of that two-point conversion attempt, you watch that whole right side with Saquon moving in front of him, and there is no Ram near him.
You know what, though, Dad? At the same point, anything that... Pardon me. Anything that can go wrong has gone wrong for the Giants this season.
Should have beat Buffalo. Should have beat the Rams. Should have beat the Jets. That's 3 wins right there.
Yeah.
There might have been a mix of talk of wild card if they win those 3 games.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when you look at that, like you said, between the Jets, I think the Bills game was close.
Same thing. 1 yard line twice. Couldn't score.
There was quite a few games where Giants could have had 8 wins. And this game would have been like possible 9.
Yeah.
Could have been 9 wins.
Mm-hmm.
This is a team that could have made the wild card.
If you go down the road, and we did, down the Giants schedule, Dallas, blown out twice. Had a shot to beat Philly.
Yeah.
On that game on Christmas Day.
You want me to bring it up to see how many games we could have won?
No, I know.
Okay.
I got the whole thing in my head. No, we beat Washington twice. We beat Arizona. We beat New England. We beat Green Bay. That's it. But those 3 games, Buffalo, Jets, and the Rams game, and possibly the Philly game.
It's 4 more wins right there that could have been.
9 wins. You got a shot at a wild card.
And to think about that, though, at the same time, though, it's really interesting about that comment right there, or just that, even the thought process behind, this team right now, as bad as everything went for them, had those 4 games gone a little differently,
could have been in the playoffs.
I mean, with all the injuries that the Giants had suffered, with all, and then we had that 3-game tear with Tommy DeVito, who's now...
Again, beat bad teams.
Well, Green Bay at that time was not considered a bad team. And it was Monday Night Football, was it not?
Yeah, and that game is meaningful now to Green Bay, that they lost that game and the following week, and then they've won 2 in a row since, because they're potential. Let's go into it. If they win this weekend, things jive otherwise for them. Who else loses? They get the wild card.
Yeah.
And Jordan Love, they blew out Minnesota. Killed them. 33 to 10? It would never.
I think it was something like that. Yeah.
33
I don't.
to 10.
I don't.
Yeah.
That I didn't get to
Don't
watch
forget,
that
the
game.
Minnesota quarterback was the hot dog vendor last week. So,
Yeah.
No offense, but no Dobbs. He got hurt. Obviously, Kirk Cousins out for the year. So. Anyway, this week is major. I know the Giants are done. The Jets are done. There's 12 teams that are done, by the way.
Do you know them all by heart?
I could guess, but 32 teams. 20 are still involved in the final game this weekend. 20.
It really does, it goes to show that the computers putting together the schedules for the season, to have 20 teams that are, that this week, right now, we're in the final week of the regular season.
Yeah.
That this week means it's important for 20 different teams out of 32.
Yeah.
I guess, in that sense, the computers put together a hell of a season.
Not knowing that some of these teams were going to be involved, like Houston, Indianapolis, Green Bay, teams that are, probably weren't even thought about making a shot.
Yeah.
Which I watched today all day on the NFL Network, if Buffalo wins, right, against Miami, by the way, no, that's not the game. They're in.
If Buffalo wins against Miami.
Right now, Buffalo is 6th seed, and Miami's number 2. If Buffalo wins, it goes the other way. Buffalo's 2, Miami's 6.
Oh, wow.
Miami will still make the playoffs. But if Buffalo loses, and the other teams, I think it's teams.
The other two.
Yeah, I said teams, right? Yeah,
That's funny.
Yeah. If they, if Pittsburgh and Jacksonville win, Buffalo's out.
Even if they win?
Yeah. No, if they win. If they lose. If they win, they're in.
If Buffalo wins, they're in.
They clinch the division. Because they beat Miami twice.
But if they lose to Miami, they need...
Pittsburgh or Jacksonville to lose. Otherwise, they're out. At 10-7. Not a bad record, right? Because they won the last 4 games.
That's a fantastic record. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, think about it. And other teams like Jacksonville, 9-7, will win.
Well, here's the thing, right? You said it's Buffalo versus Miami.
Yeah.
Tua is out now.
I don't know if he's out.
According to my fantasy, because I have him in fantasy football.
Okay.
He's projected to get 0 points. He's out. Now, granted, I didn't make the playoffs, but it's for the consolation bracket to better your positioning in the league.
What's the other guy? Waddle? Is that his name?
Yeah.
He's out.
So, when you look at that right now...
You hope Tyreek has a big day for them.
Yeah, but again...
They were in anyway. It doesn't matter what they do.
It doesn't matter, but it's big, again, like you said... It's big for Buffalo as well, because Buffalo needs this win to guarantee themselves a playoff spot without having to hope for another team to lose. And honestly, I'm a gambling man here. I got my money on Buffalo to win this week because the Cards, they have the cards. The ball's in their court. The odds are in their favor.
Yeah, and don't forget, they were almost out of it at 6-6.
Yeah.
And then now they won 4 in a row.
So, that's what, I know we just did the board.
I would not want to face them.
No, I don't want to face Buffalo.
If I'm an AFC team, if Buffalo beats Miami, and let's say handily...
That's been the talk of the town.
Yeah, I would not want to face Buffalo in the first round.
Last 3 weeks, or however many weeks now, it's all about nobody wants to face Buffalo. No. Yeah, what's funny to me is in the beginning, like when we got towards, again, like you said, like 6-6, we're talking a month ago, maybe a little bit more.
They counted them out.
They said this team ain't got a shot in hell. Yeah. They ain't got a prayer.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, the tables have turned where I don't want to face Josh Allen in the playoffs. This is a dangerous team.
And the running back Cook has been amazing. He got 230 yards against Dallas.
I believe that has been a big thing that has helped the Buffalo Bills. so far towards this end of the
Running
regular season to have established a running game where Josh Allen doesn't have to throw 40, 45 times a game.
And no picks.
Yeah. If he's only throwing 15 times a game,
Yeah.
those odds dropped significantly
When
on.
they were 6-6.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what, 9 interceptions or whatever? I don't even know if he's had 1 or 2 since then. So, the running game is major.
Yeah.
If you don't have to throw the ball, get the 5 yards on the first down, do a play fake. Everybody's looking for the run, go deep. Big problem is right now, what I watched today again on the NFL Network, Stephon Diggs has done nothing. 38 yards per game in the last 4 games they won. Because double teamed. And now he's going to Knox and he's going to Gabe Davis, I think his name is.
Gabe Davis, yeah.
And he's throwing to Cook, the running back. Those quick screens or whatever. So,
But that's that's the key right there.
And the defense is better.
If you can establish a serious run, because here's the thing, Pops. Everybody loves to see that deep ball, that 40, 50-yard pass. It's exciting to watch, right?
Sure.
But when you think about clock management, you don't eat up a whole lot of time off the clock if you score within a 3 to 4 play drive.
Against Dallas, they ran the ball 11 times straight and scored and took 7 minutes off the clock.
That's a big thing right there. Clock management is super important. And I think the Bills have finally got something in the sense of, okay, if you're a defensive coordinator for the opposing team, Cook is on fire right now. Between the plays, the offensive lines are creating the holes. What do you do to stop this team? Because, Josh Allen can hurt you in the air.
And run.
And he's agree. Yeah, you're 100% right. And he's a mobile quarterback.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Now,
interesting, believe me.
It's pretty wild, and that's why
I hope they win. Just for our
I
friend,
really honestly
Mr. Christian. I hope they win, just for them and our daughter, my daughter, your sister.
Yeah,
I would just love to see them, and maybe to be that how would you say, Cinderella team.
I mean, could you consider them a Cinderella team at 10 and?
Well, the way they were playing, they were 6-6, and they, Miami thought they were going to blow everybody away. All of a sudden, it's down to the final game.
But still, could you consider them a Cinderella team?
No, I would consider Cinderella team. I would consider Indianapolis, Jacksonville, Houston. Teams like that. They got that guy, C.J. Stroud. Is that his name?
C.J. Stroud.
He's back, so I could see those teams, creating some damage down the road.
Maybe
upset the big teams.
Story, yeah.
Usually that doesn't happen, but one of those 4 could happen.
It's true. Yeah.
Normally you don't see it. Kansas City to me, very vulnerable.
They're very
To me, beatable.
I agree.
What I've seen this year, definitely beatable, and this is the first time he's going to be on the road.
I know.
Yeah.
How fun is that?
Yeah, I think
he gets
he's home.
And knowing that they are not the dominant team that they once were.
No, if they're going to win, it's going to be because of him and people not dropping the ball. By the way, KC had the most drop balls in the NFL this year. I think it was 22.
We did talk about that.
They reckon it'll be 13-3 right now if those guys hold the ball, but they didn't.
Yeah. In hindsight, when you look at it in hindsight, yeah. But the fact of the matter is, and we've covered that already, is when you're paying one player, $500 million, I mean, shit, at that point, you might not even be able to afford the hot dog vendor as a wide receiver.
And I talked about this with somebody else before this show about, Tyreek Hill, and they agree with me, which you didn't, about, Mahomes should have not taken the money and invested. No. Kansas City is worth a ton of money since they won these Super Bowls. This is true. I'm
not saying it's a lie.
Fine. They could have got him or kept him and gave him that 4-year contract, and they decided not to. So shame on them.
Because you know what the thing is, Pops, is that these owners, they want to keep making money. They don't want to stay stuck at okay, now we're the, sales are going through the roof because we're the Super Bowl winners. Yeah. They don't want to sit there and go, okay. No, they want to stay billionaires.
Well, they should have kept him. In my opinion, he's the top receiver in the league right now. At least one out of 5. Stephon Diggs. What's his name? Tyreek Hill. Who else?
Jefferson.
Oh, C.D. Lamb. Jefferson, where he was hurt. He missed 7 games. So
It's still Jefferson when he's on the field.
That's the problem. They have no quarterback. Like I said, the guy.
But I'm just naming top wide receivers.
Oh, yeah, if they had Kirk Cousins healthy and Jefferson healthy, whole different story right now.
But, again, I disagree with it because, and not even so much disagreeing, it's just when you look at other quarterbacks, other players that have taken pay cuts here.
Not too many.
Again, Pops, I get that, but let me just say is that at that same time, you sit there and you go, well, how much is, when is enough enough? Because what it shows me, Dad, is it just shows me what is more important to you. It's not about keeping a team together or chemistry together. It's about you and only you and how much money you're going to make.
The agency, which was a different story in my day. They kept teams together years ago.
And that's when you saw consistency.
Yeah, they weren't greedy.
And success.
Yeah, Jerry Rice played on the 49ers forever with Joe Montana. Terry Bradshaw had his receivers forever. And the running back in those days of the 70s. Same with Dallas, Dallas in the 90s kept all their guys. They won 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah, wasn't like Eli Manning 26 when he won the Super Bowl?
Yeah, right around there, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, he got a nice contract.
He didn't get a $500 million contract.
No, at that time, he got a 4-year deal for about $108, which at that time, you're talking what, 16 years ago.
Now, my point is, 16 years ago, the dollar amount is, has changed. And but that's the funny thing right there is, again, the Giants are worth, like you have said numerous times, so much money, Dad.
Big time. Yeah.
And I just think even like for a $108 million contract, that's a serious contract. He won MVP, and he beat an undefeated team.
Yeah, no.
That they were they were projected to get destroyed. They weren't even projected to make. I don't think that the Giants were projected to make it out of the first round. Let alone, I believe they beat Dallas, Green Bay.
And first was Florida.
It was 49ers, I think. No, that was 2011, right?
Yeah, no. They beat, I don't know what that team is. Not Miami Dolphins, the other Florida team.
Tampa Bay.
They beat them, they beat Dallas, and they beat Green Bay. And then they won 4 in a row.
I don't think the Giants were okay. So now I take that back. I think at that time, don't quote me on this, but I think the Giants were, they thought like, okay, they could beat the Bucks.
Yeah, they were.
But they weren't. They didn't. They weren't expected to make it past Dallas or even Green Bay in Lambeau.
Yeah, after they beat Dallas,
Tom Coughlin got frostbite all over his face.
Yeah, after they beat Dallas, everybody thought, that's it. They're going nowhere. But. And my man, Eli and Plaxico Burress, to me, and those 3 guys that ran the ball.
Jacobs, Ware, and what was it, Ward?
Yeah.
But now my point is, though, again, is just this what we were kind of talking about before, that the Giants, they get Eli Manning in here. He probably could have gotten more money out of that.
17 years ago, $108 million wasn't bad.
I know.
17 years ago.
Still, I know. But again, would you consider Eli Manning's contract back then to be identical to Patrick Mahomes' contract today?
Not even close.
No.
Even Daniel Jones, $160 million for 4 years. That's $58 million more, or $52 million more than Eli got. So, and he hasn't won shit.
Now, here's the thing. Again,
and not durable.
When is it about money or about winning? Because listen, Pops, it's like the old expression, right? It's that old expression where, especially when it comes into the workforce, right? If you go into the workforce, you can get the job done fast, you can get the job done right, or I forgot what the third one was. You can't have all 3 at the same time. It's the same thing in football. You can't make $500 million and expect to have a successful winning team. The stats, not
3 ain't bad.
Huh?
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
With KC?
Yeah.
Well, because before that, he wasn't making $500 million.
Yes, he was.
He was.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
That's when that contract was signed?
Yeah.
I apologize.
After
I
they
didn't
won the
realize.
first one. That's when they gave him that money.
They gave him that money.
He went back, lost to Tampa, went back, beat Philly. So, and he's only like 26 years old. This guy's going to be around. I'm telling you. If they
that contract is going to hurt Kansas City, because let me tell you something right now.
Yeah.
Andy Reid is a brilliant coach.
Hall of Famer.
But now here's the thing. If all of a sudden Patrick Mahomes cannot be that player that hoists the team on his shoulders and carries him to victory.
Doesn't have help.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to affect Patrick Mahomes because they're not going to get rid of him.
No, of course not.
But you're going to lose somebody like Andy Reid.
Probably not yet.
I'm not saying like in the near future.
No.
I'm talking about seasons down the road, Dad.
Yeah, no.
Is that if they are not the dominant team that they once were,
they gotta give him some help. By the way, they won the AFC title 9 years in a row. Not too shabby. That's why Andy Reid's going nowhere. Even if they don't win this year.
I'm not. I know. I'm saying down the road, how quickly things will turn.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
It was the same thing with Tom Coughlin in the Giants.
Yeah.
You know, 2006, they wanted his head on a pike, and they wanted to make him a martyr in front of the stadium.
The minute he won the Super Bowl,
and then he wins the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden, Tom Coughlin is the greatest fucking coach since sliced bread.
Yeah.
It's just again how quickly.
It is the
victory will change the mind.
The name of the game.
I know.
You lose, you're out. You win.
See, that's where
you're the man.
When it comes to that check at the end of the day, for me, and where my mindset is, and it don't change. When I see teams again, I was never a big fan of Tom Brady when he was with the Patriots. I respected him as a player.
Yeah.
But then as I learned later on that he was taking pay cuts just to keep certain guys on the team, I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that. Where, like, Pops, and I'm not saying that this is your thought, but when you...
No.
I'm not saying this is your personal feeling or anything, but when you're telling me that money right there is the big deal, well, then it can be, but at what loss? Because you know what? You can't have both. It's very hard to have both.
I don't want to get into it again. My argument, it's not about him, responsibility to that. It's about management and GMs. You gave him that money, okay, fine. He won 2 out of 3 Super Bowls. Invest the money in a guy like Tyreek Hill. And maybe you get a couple more Super Bowls.
I don't disagree.
Make a ton of money.
I don't disagree with that. And you know that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But are these billionaires thinking about doing that? There's only one right now that he's down to spend money. And it's not in football, it's in baseball. You know who I'm thinking of?
Steve Cohen.
Steve Cohen.
And what has he done? Nothing this year. They already got the projected Mets lineup. Already. And
Well, he's done nothing this year because this year hasn't started yet.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
This season.
All the guys he could have got, he didn't get. The biggest issue with baseball, not to stay on baseball, you got to sign Alonso. Next year he's a free agent. He's the guy. He's the Mets guy, in my opinion. You lose him, I'll take him in a heartbeat and give him his $250 and be first baseman for the next 9 years.
Hey, he ain't gonna play. He ain't playing for the Yankees.
I know that, but if that ever happened, if Steve Cohen decided I don't want him, I don't want to pay him.
I don't think that's what Steve Cohen's thinking. Because Steve Cohen, they were trying to get that guy from Japan. What's his name? Yamamoto. I know that 3 teams that were definitely in the running to get him. It was the New York Mets, the New York Yankees, the LA Dodgers.
That was it.
The Dodgers got him.
And he wanted to go there anyway. He'd never considered New York teams.
It's so funny hearing all the conversations of that excitement, that level of trying to put that energy in. Like, oh no, he'll come here because you know what? He was a big fan of Matsui, and Matsui played for the Yankees. That don't mean shit.
I don't want to be a kiss of death, but I hope the Dodgers don't win. They just spent $1 billion on 2 guys. $700 million, $325 million. And they got knocked out.
Did they get Shohei Ohtani?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani.
No, I want to confirm because I've heard more football over the last several months.
Yeah.
That I've heard anything. Like anytime, again, my car ride to work is incredibly short.
Yeah.
So I don't get a whole lot of news.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I gotta get myself a fucking radio or something. I don't think they make them anymore.
Transistors?
Yeah.
Online, you can look up. You can
Look them up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look into that. Because,
Yeah.
like, you know, I could listen to sports radio all day at work.
That's what I do and watch.
I'm gonna fucking do that, actually. I'm gonna look into that this weekend.
Should have mentioned it. Santa might have brought it for you.
No, I didn't think of it at the time. Like I
now
said,
you did.
I didn't want anything.
All right, back to football. What we were yelling about when I called you, the Dallas-Detroit game. I finally got the message.
What
that
were
it
you
wasn't-
yelling at me about? We were
They
yelling at each other?
No,
What were we
no.
yelling about?
No, I was telling you, they got the 2-point conversion, and the referee said he wasn't eligible.
Oh, yeah.
According to the reports, both guys went to the referee. One guy eligible, and the other guy thought he said me too. They said he didn't.
The ref said that?
No, he said that, from what I heard.
Oh, he said that.
He thought he was automatically in because he was right there with the guy that said eligible, and he winds up catching the 2-point conversion. The referee said, "You never said nothing." He goes, "I thought we were automatic." No. He says, "You have to say it." That's what I heard. So
That's a different take on things.
So
How about that?
The referee was correct. You didn't say. I don't give a shit how many guys are there. 2 guys are there. He says, "I'm eligible." You got to open your mouth.
So Detroit fucked up.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know if there's a truth to that.
All I've heard, like, I'll tell you what I've heard coming up to that was that the coach had told the refs. The ref. Hold on, please let me finish.
I know.
That's fine. I'm just telling you what I heard.
I heard it too.
So-
Say what you're going to say.
Okay, now let me say it.
Yeah.
The coach had told the ref, at some point in this game, 68 is going to be an eligible receiver.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
So I guess at that point, maybe that's why he didn't say the Me Too. I don't know.
The point is, that doesn't count. What he told the ref. When the guys go up to the ref on that play, he has to say it, not what he thought. He told the refs. He has to say, "I'm eligible." If he doesn't say that,
I get that. These are the things that I've heard
Yeah, no, I agree.
coming into this,
Yeah,
coming up to this point.
But Dan Campbell fucked up too. That if you're a football coach, you got to know that when you send your 2 guys out there, they have to report to the ref, both of them.
It's kind of a
Not one guy.
That's a bumbling mistake right there. I mean, even though how long? Who was the player again? 68.
I don't know.
Again, I can't imagine that this is his rookie year, is it?
No, he's an offensive lineman on the left side.
Yeah. How long has he been with the Detroit Lions?
Don't know. I can't tell you.
Because my thing is, if you've been with the Lions for a couple of seasons, and that means that you have been an eligible receiver in the past, that you should know the rules,
You should know.
right?
Yeah. And whatever Dan Campbell said to refs previously,
No, I get that. I get that.
Irrelevant.
I was just stating it
Yeah.
as it was a topic that was brought up. I'm
thought
only stating that.
I thought the refs were wrong.
That's what I heard. Like I said, I was telling you.
Yeah.
This is what I've heard.
Yeah.
Moving in, I don't know too much about this other than what I've heard, and I'm just restating.
Again,
it.
what I heard, that was the decision. The referee went like this to Campbell after the play. No, he didn't report.
Yeah.
Because every play, once, twice, third time, you have to report to the referee and say, "I'm eligible." If you don't open your mouth, you're not eligible. And ironically, he catches the damn 2-point conversion. Didn't say nothing. Here goes the flag. Everybody thinks Detroit wins the game, right? Probably would have. It was only 20 seconds left.
I mean, yeah, the odds are in their favor at that point, but again, with a call like that kind of shit.
2 decisions, though.
I'm sorry, I'm listening.
Yeah. They should have, to me, should have gone for the extra point. And the same with the Giants. and take a shot at overtime.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm just going to use the restroom real quick.
But, you know what? It's technicalities. Hey, Google, let's go to Rangers game.
Currently, the Rangers are trailing the Hurricanes 1-0 in the first period.
You're gonna be kidding. Yeah, rules are rules. You know, when I saw the play happen, I watched the whole damn game. I actually picked Dallas to win. But watching that play, I was hoping Detroit would win. So, it is what it is. You gotta follow the damn rules. If you don't follow the rules, two guys walk up the ref. One says I'm eligible, the other guy doesn't open his mouth. Sorry. The coach could scream forever telling that he said to the referees previously that he was sending two guys out. Don't matter. He's gotta say it on that play. Not what he thought or said to the refs 10 minutes ago. Simple as that. So, you know, even though Detroit, I think, clinched anyway. And they could be dangerous. I don't know. You know, I don't think so, but defensively, they have their ups and downs.
Who has what?
Detroit, you know, they had already clinched the playoff spot the week before, but to me, they were up and down. Could I see them advancing? Maybe the first round they win.
So maybe they're a Cinderella team.
Their defense is.
Yeah, but that's the whole point of a Cinderella story, Dad. Is a team that, you know, when you look at them, they're not expected to get there. That's the Cinderella. A Cinderella story isn't the Kansas City Chiefs.
No, what I've seen Detroit this year, they can score 48 points, and the next game they lose. What happened? You know, they're not consistent.
I mean, that's football, though.
I know. I'm just saying. You know, if you're going to win the Super Bowl, first of all, you got to have a
fuck,
run
we
game.
got blown out by Dallas. How do we almost beat the Eagles?
Yeah, well, the Eagles to me are shaky right now. I would not pick them, which I did early in the year when we did our picks, to go, you know, all the way.
Yeah.
I could see them getting knocked out. You know, Frisco, I don't know what the hell's going on right now with them. They got blown out by Ravens. Then they win this past weekend against a crappy team.
Ravens are a team that you got to watch out for.
Right now, everybody's picking the Ravens to go to Super Bowl and possibly win it.
Does Lamar Jackson have a Super Bowl ring yet?
No.
See, you know what? That's a team I'd like to see in the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't think we've
right
seen.
now. My problem is this week they already clinched their number one seed. They get a bye. So.
Think that'll affect them?
Well, no. I think it will affect the other teams because Pittsburgh is playing the Ravens this week. Now, if the Ravens sit guys down, that could hurt Buffalo. If Pittsburgh wins and Buffalo loses, you're out.
But then you got to think about it. Strategically, if I'm Baltimore, and I keep hearing all over sports radio, nobody wants to face Buffalo. Yeah, I don't want Buffalo to lose.
Yeah.
I want Buffalo not to be there. So, I would intentionally, if I was Baltimore, I would totally do that.
Will they tank, against Pittsburgh, which shouldn't happen? I don't give a damn what game it is, Week 17, which means nothing to the Ravens. Means everything to Pittsburgh. Yeah, so God only knows what's going to go on.
Oh, we got Goody B in the chat. What up, Goody? It says CMC and St. Brown sitting out next week. Looks like Swift is probably clinching the championship. Wait, hold on a second. Goody, did you win? Is she facing you? That's right. Real quick, I want to give a shout out. Hold on a second. First, I want to see what Goody says. I don't know. I know Swift.
Bowl, right?
Swift is going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but not this week.
This week.
This is the Super Bowl this week?
Yeah.
I thought you had to go one more game.
Okay, so hold on. Oh, like I told you, if this is the end of the regular season, right? Mm-hmm. It has to be Super Bowl week. Okay. Because if it was the playoffs, what if you had players on your team that didn't make the playoffs?
But didn't you say 4 people are involved?
Yeah, and this past week was playoffs, and now this week is Super Bowl.
I got it wrong.
All right, so Goonie won last week. Now I can properly say big congratulations to Goonie B and Jay Swift are going to be facing each other in the Super Bowl.
Good luck.
There's Swift. There's Swift. Hey, Swift! Goonie says CMC and St. Brown sitting out next week. He believes it looks like you're going to be the Super Bowl champion because he's got...
Take it easy. You didn't win yet.
No, it's...
He's just said what he believes. He said, I didn't say nothing set in stone. I didn't say any guarantees, but there's a Goonies hanging out in chat right now, and he just said he's got 2 players that are...
I was wondering, because Mixon was orange on the NFL app, and he had a game, so I wonder if that means they're sitting out too? Because I had to he had 0 projected points. So I wonder if that means they're sitting out.
If the Bengals, if they're sitting, we were just talking about this. If teams are going to bench players...
Yeah, it's so messed up. And,
Like fantasy plays.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we don't know if Amari Cooper is going to be back either, and if he's going to do anything because he's hurt. So he's still listed as questionable. So
And if
I
they're in,
wouldn't-
they're gonna sit him.
yeah, I would.
What team is
See?
Amari Cooper on?
I don't remember. But yeah, I'm like, it could be anybody.
Cleveland,
We could have
right?
no points.
I think he's on Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, Swift, you're right, though. You know, again...
Because, I mean, he went from 51 points to being hurt, sitting out at 0 points last week. I'm so lucky.
By the way,
week.
Christian McCaffrey, if anybody got him, he's out.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's going
This
to be
weekend.
It's anybody's Super Bowl.
anybody's Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what, though? How crazy... Okay. You know, I'm trying to stay as unbiased as possible, right? But,
He wants Goonie to win. He wants
No.
Goonie to
I am not rooting for anybody. Let me finish my point
I'm
here.
not rooting for anybody.
Is
What the heck?
if Jay Swift wins, right, then I hand the trophy off to you. But how much fun would that be? Even, like, you know, either way. If Goonie wins, and let's say they come through for the Super Bowl. We're hanging out for the Super Bowl. Here's your Super Bowl trophy.
I know, that'd be so much
I mean, that's
fun.
kind of a fun story right there as well, you know?
Yeah.
But, let's see. Swift, again, congratulations to Swift and Goonie. Goonie says, good luck, Swift! Thanks, man. It was a fun season. Looks like she's probably going to kick my ass, though. Hey, crazier things have happened in football,
Yeah, you're gonna find
Goonie.
out Sunday, Saturday and Sunday.
18-week formats got rough at the end. Some of the star players get sat for the final games after they clinch.
Which I don't blame the coaches.
I know, but
They don't care about fantasy. They don't care about
It's
the
true.
other team that needs the win because, you know, Pittsburgh wins and Buffalo gets knocked out because Pittsburgh won. Because
No.
you sat Lamar, you
And-
sat everybody else.
Now the thing is, it's like, yeah, when you're doing a league like our league, it's a free league, so it's not like you lose anything. Imagine these people that had money that could be winning like
But they know that. and they
$1,000, $2,000, $5,000.
stop. Yeah. They
Like
know
it's
that.
still, yeah, they know it. It's just just because you know it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt when you see it.
They have no control over that. NFL players
Yeah, I
are not
agree.
worried about your fantasy. They're worried about my guy getting injured in the final game that's meaningless.
I
You
hear
know
you.
what I mean? How, you know. Would I want to play Lamar Jackson? Maybe for 1 quarter. And then I sit him.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm going to attempt to get further and further and go to the Super Bowl, I'm not going to take a chance on this guy getting hurt.
No, listen,
Kidding me?
I understand. I hear it, man.
The other teams
Um,
have no choice.
It's still...
Buffalo has to keep, what's his name in? Josh Allen.
Yeah, no, Pops, I get it. I'm not against it.
Yeah.
I'm making points as well here. You know, I'm coming from it, the angle of the, you know, a compassionate side of it. That sucks.
Yeah. Compassion means nothing. As far as you're concerned, but as far as the game, no.
Yeah, I get it. I know that it doesn't matter, compassion or not, what I say. It's not going to change the NFL because the NFL isn't looking at the Pops and with SportsCast going, what are these
Or
guys
fantasy,
thinking?
no. By the way,
Or fantasy.
your opinion. Should you start Mahomes this week?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, he's it. They're in.
No, I would start him right now because you know what? Listen, he needs to figure out how to get past his frustrations. He needs more time on the field to build that chemistry to find those receivers he can trust. Because you can tell right now, he's like a kid that got his ice, he got that ice cream cone, got super excited, and then the whole top half fell off on the ground. And he's just sitting there with an empty
No,
cone.
my point is, you take a chance of him getting hurt. You know, a
Listen,
game that's
you know what?
meaningless tonight.
I'm giving you $500 million.
Yeah, you got to play.
You playing.
Yeah. And by the way, it might mean something, the seeding. I don't know.
Because you know what? You've shown me in the past, you were able to win against the Eagles with a fucked up ankle. You know, they played him then.
Yeah.
They didn't care too much then, right? But granted, it was the Super Bowl, right? But he still had a hurt ankle throughout the entire playoffs.
Who do you want to see this Super Bowl? My question, real quick.
I mean, like I said, I said the Ravens before.
They've never been there. Well, not with
I
him.
wouldn't say never, but
No,
yeah.
they won a Super Bowl with Flacco.
Mm-hmm.
But they haven't been there in ages. Dallas
I think it would
hasn't
be.
been there in 30 years.
Hold on, you want me to answer the question,
No,
or
just mentioning teams.
I know I'm trying to answer your question. I'm trying to tell you the teams I'm thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of the Ravens. I'd like to see them there.
Mm-hmm. I hate them, but
Okay.
I don't want to use the word hate.
Yeah, it was
I
just
dislike.
rough.
I dislike them.
I was thinking of. Well, it's not even whether I like them or not. They haven't been there in a while, and it would make for an interesting game. To see them, I'd like to see the 49ers there.
Not me.
I would like to see the Vikings.
I think they're done, by the way.
I know. I'm telling you who I'd like.
Buffalo is one of the team. They haven't been there since '91 when the Giants beat them.
I would say Buffalo as well.
Yeah.
I was trying to go over the teams that I would say.
I think Miami hasn't been there in a long, long time too. So
Yeah.
could be,
But yeah, to answer your question, it'd be like those 4 teams. Not so much Miami anymore, because the only reason I want to see Miami in the Super Bowl is to see what Tua could do in the Super Bowl. But I got a feeling
You said he's hurt, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He left the game last week when they got clobbered by the Ravens. I don't know.
Hold on one second, Pops. Goonie says, on that note, unfortunately not sure if Mill and I will be able to make it out for the Super Bowl. We've been looking at all our travel for this year, and it's looking super busy and expensive. Goonie B, I understand, brother. And you know what? We will get together at some point. If it's not this season, we just keep the ideas open. At some point, whether Jay Swift and I come down there for the Super Bowl, or we can get you guys up here, we'll figure something out. Regardless, you win. We'll be sending you. I'm gonna go out and, now we're hitting that point. Call me King Procrastinator over here. I got to get the trophy for Super Bowl winners for our league.
Oh, okay.
Nah. Though it still sounds like Blue and Mo are up for it. I know. Yeah, that's gonna be
We
exciting.
don't hold nobody to nothing. If
No,
there's
no,
any
if
issues
it's-
with travel or health, whatever.
Well, the good thing. So
we'll
the
keep
good
in touch that day.
the good thing is right now is I've been approved for my day off on February
Me
12th.
too.
You're retired.
Oh, it's a joke.
I know.
Not very funny, but
It was no. The way he responded was hilarious. That's why I'm laughing. Then he just the side, like the little pause in between. Oh yeah. Pops has got the day off. I got the day off. So you know what? We'll be able to anybody who is able to show up for the Super Bowl party.
fine.
Will be able to hang out.
Making potato pancakes.
Potato pancakes. I found this spot actually that makes incredible spare ribs. So I'm thinking about getting that, and they make this honey butter cornbread that is melt in your mouth. Holy shit, good. And
As good as hers.
well, hers is not cornbread. Hers is cornbread casserole.
By the way, that was fantastic.
Oh yeah. I totally understand procrastinating. I still owe you and Swift a mug from last year.
Who the hell is it?
Yeah, Swift is yelling from the other room, Goody. All I heard was, woohoo!
Who the hell is Indian giver? No.
No, I think like Indian givers. I don't
I'm
even.
only kidding.
Yeah.
I just rattled that out like an idiot.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, that's an old term.
That's true. Well, I'm old.
Oh,
I'm allowed.
what are you like 50?
Yeah, right. Yeah, gonna be 73 this month. 50. I wish.
You don't look it, Pops.
Yeah,
It's like you
no.
found the fountain of youth.
Yeah, until I look in the mirror. I was like, holy shit, you're old.
You'll go
No,
to
sometimes I feel good. If I get a good night's sleep and after I get out of the shower, it's, oh, my skin's a little tight. It's not like, saggy and shit.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of people that are old.
Well, you look great. You exercise.
I don't exercise, I walk.
That's exercise, Dad.
I don't know. Most people don't consider that exercise.
I
walked 4.5 miles today.
That's exercise. How is that not considered exercise?
Yeah.
They say walking. You've told me. Your doctor has told you.
Oh, keep it up.
Walking is like one of the best things you could do for like your heart and shit like
Yeah,
that.
sugar.
And your blood sugar.
Everything.
That's exercise.
Yeah.
What do you think? What are you supposed to be benching 250?
No, like Dan that goes to the gym. He does it on the treadmill or whatever.
Yeah, you are like Dan. He chooses to use the treadmill. You choose the neighborhood.
Yeah, to walk, yeah.
We got Thunder in the chat. Yo, how's it going? How you doing? What up, Thunder? Been quite busy for the holiday season, but doing great over here. That's what we like to hear.
Wow, everybody's busy. I'm bored.
So there's so many exciting games on. How are you doing?
No. I know that, but it's like you gotta wait for the weekend. By the way, the Rangers are losing, son of a bitches, to the Hurricanes. Give me a break. They normally give up like 5. Oh, it's only 1-0. So, but anyway, yeah. Other than hockey, like now football's here. And by the way, this is it. You got the last game of the season this week, 6 and 7, and we go 13 to 14, and then we go 21 and 20. And then 28 for the final, AFC, NFC title. Whoever goes to Super Bowl. Then you wait, obviously, those horrible 2 weeks. As far as I'm concerned. They tried it one year.
I get you, because, when you have football every week, and then all of a sudden you go 2 weeks, and it's like, yo, I need my fix.
Yeah.
I need my football.
And the good thing about it, when Super Bowl's over, the 11th, spring training starts the following week.
Baseball?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. True.
We got one Soto. Let's see what he does.
How was everybody's New Year's? By the way. You guys
Mine
celebrate?
was boring. I said, no. I'm only kidding.
I had my first smoked cocktail New Year's Eve.
Yep.
And I got to tell you, I'm hooked.
Yeah.
I'm actually planning on saving half of this bottle of bourbon whiskey I have.
What was it called again? Hayden something? I looked in the fridge.
It's in the freezer.
The freezer, rather. Yeah.
It's in the bottom shelf. Slender bottle.
Yeah.
I think it was called Basil Hayden.
Basil Hayden. That's the one.
This stuff.
I gotta find out where that is available.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure it's
I may
available.
start drinking bourbon.
This stuff is so smooth. I can't imagine. I can't picture you drinking bourbon, actually.
No, never booze drinking.
No,
Any
I mean,
booze
if
I
anything, you would have vodka.
Vodka and orange juice.
Yeah,
never
using
straight.
screwdrivers.
Yeah, and I haven't touched that in 7 years.
Like this stuff hit my lips, touched my tongue.
Well, you like I said, you liked it.
Oh yeah, no, I know, but I'm just saying, as a bourbon whiskey drinker,
I enjoy people watch it that love certain kind of boozes.
this was a game changer.
I think even my late brother liked a shot here and there, but not. He was strictly a beer drinker, but still. But me, no. When we won a Super Bowl, we won a championship in softball. Everybody a shot. I went like this.
See, I'm
Spit
not
it
even
right out
so
the door.
much. I'm not so much of a shot guy anymore as like
those
like
days
what
they were.
I know, no. Like I'll do a shot. It depends. Like I feel like there are certain drinks, there are certain liquors out there that that's what you're gonna do shots of, right? But then I feel like, in my opinion, that there are certain, for me, like I said, bourbon or whiskey or bourbon whiskey. there are certain ones that, like, this is meant to be enjoyed, savored. Not shoot back. This is.
Yeah.
You have it in the glass on the rocks with, like I said, I smoked it with cherry wood. I had some maraschino cherries.
You don't mind me saying, I never saw anybody that liked vodka straight. And yet, people, I knew that they could drink that shit by the bottle. To me, it had no taste and no smell.
Yeah.
The only thing I like vodka with orange juice, it got you tipsy.
But see, I had,
That's it.
when I was making this cocktail, I muddled, I didn't have I mushed them with a maraschino cherries at the bottom with sugar and
It's got
aromatic
flavor.
bitters, and, everything just worked so well together.
Like I said, I don't knock anybody that likes a shot of booze. My father loved the scotch. He loved the shot of J&B and Dewar's in those days.
Yeah. Goonie B says, New Year's was great. Nice and low-key. Had some drinks and played some board games. Nice. Also, smoked cocktails rock. Oh, my God. It was such a treat. It was such an awesome Christmas gift from Jay Swift and Christian. The combo
let
gift.
me ask our audience. The New Year's Eve parties now. I don't know anybody, obviously my age. The only group I saw that I knew,
Green Day.
Green Day. Everybody else, I mean, they knew all the words, the people in the audience, and they're screaming and loving it. I knew nothing.
See, Goonie and I have a lot in common here.
Yeah?
Goonie, one of these days, I'm going to make you a homemade old-fashioned. He said homemade old-fashions are my 100% fave. The first drink that you and I are going to share together, I'm going to make you a smoked old-fashioned. I kind of call it like a cherry bomb right now. I get the cherry, yeah. Well, so like I said, Pops, the sugar cube, aromatic bitters, maraschino cherries, muddle that into the bottom of the glass, right? In your shaker, you do an ounce or a half ounce of maraschino cherry juice. Ounce of your choice.
I love maraschino cherries.
Yeah, ounce of your.
Especially with ice cream.
There you go. Ounce of your choice bourbon whiskey. Shake that up in ice to chill it. Strain it in there, right? And then that's when we put the smoker piece on top. And you get the cherry. I have the cherry wood chips. You put in there, torch that shit, put the lid on. That smoke comes down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, baby. Oh. It's like an angel pissing on your tongue.
We're almost on break.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Dude. Yeah. Goonie B. It is out of control. It is amazing. This was the first time I am a huge fan of smoked cocktails now. I'm like obsessed with them at this point. I can't wait to. I have other chips, wood chips as well. Excuse me, but yeah, I call it because there's a lot of cherry in there. But when you have it with the right whiskey, it's just everything just works together so well. I was losing my shit. I finished that glass so fast on New Year's Eve. Just sitting there taking it. I knew I was in trouble when I took the first sip. And I got quiet. And I was like, babe, try this. When you found something, it's like gold. Everybody needs to try this now. And I gave it to Jay Swift. She took a sip. She goes, that's not bad. It's not bad. Still gave me the whiskey face, but that's not bad. And then 5 minutes later, she came back and she saw me like a mad scientist on the counter putting everything back together. She's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm making another drink. You finished that already? It's like, it was so good.
So good.
It's so good. And now my boss is going to give me one of those the ice makers to make the ball of ice.
Uh-huh.
I told him about it today at work, and he was like, oh, man, you're not doing it right. I got you. I got 6 of these things. I'm going to gift one to you. What are you doing?
I'm trying to fix the cans.
You don't care about that.
I do.
No, you don't. You throw them in there all the time. What is?
Well, you fix it.
Yeah, well, I got tired of fixing them.
Okay.
So don't worry about it. It's fine. You need one?
No.
You take it. Oh, that's right. We're gonna be going on break. Yeah, love that first sip. Oh man, it's so good. Never had one homemade before. That sounds so awesome.
Yummy.
Goonie. Like I said, man, when we hang out, whether we're able to get down there or you come up here, I'm bringing the smoker kit with me. We're gonna be a bunch of lunatics hanging out in your kitchen or over here in my kitchen, making smoked cocktails. You know, like what are those guys? They're laughing like a bunch of idiots over there. Like let them have their moment. Like, get the camera. Look at the smoke come out. You're like, no. You're fine. You got your phone. It's gonna be great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a quick break. Take this time, stretch your legs, get a drink. Get some snacks. When we come back, we're gonna be bringing out the last week of the regular season, Pops Picks. This one right here, Pops will be going over the stats right now to let everybody know where they stand. Again,
well, we already know.
after this week, the giveaways will commence.
Let's start.
And, that's where the DMs will happen, where I'll be reaching out to the top 3 winners to find out where you guys would like us to send these prizes. Again, third place, we'll be getting some Mr. Whiskas merchandise. Second place, we have a rather interesting surprise there. And first place, we'll be getting a $100 gift card giveaway. So, stay tuned. We're going to be bringing Pop's Picks over here in a second. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. You're watching the Pops and Wiz Sportscast. We're your host. My name is Mr. Whiskers, and to my right is Papa K.
What's going on?
Whew. Well, again, we have the last week of regular season here. Pop's Picks is set up over here right now. But before we get into Pop's Picks, Papa K,
Yeah.
you want to announce the standings on how we're doing so far in Pop's Picks?
The book?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
This way everybody knows what their records are as of right now.
Yeah.
And Papa K is going to announce the top five, so this way everybody, or top five, top six, or whatever.
Yeah.
Whoever's, where things can get interesting.
Yeah, well, not too interesting because as far as my stats are, nobody can catch Perm. He's got 70 wins, and the closest to that is 63, so even if that person went 6-0.
All right, so it looks like Perma Dirt.
Yeah. Blues at 63. Sweaty, 62. Glove, 60. And everybody else is not close. Thunder's 59.
Well, no, that's, again, Pops, that's close, because you got to think
Yeah,
about
if
who
he
could
goes-
take
yeah,
second or third.
Yeah, if he goes 6-0, yeah. But like I said, if the other guys go anywhere near the winning record, you're 42 and 54, by the way.
Yeah, it's just, you know what? It's not terrible.
No, I'm 60.
Not my best.
I'm 62 and 40. But like I said, what's the other guy here? Thunder 59, Warlock 53. I don't think he's got a shot at anything, possibly, but no, he doesn't.
Mathematically, I think.
Yeah, because even if he wins 6 games, 6-0, he can go 59, and that's not anywhere near the other 4. That's where we're going. We're going with right now. Perm's going to be the winner. Blue at 63, Sweaty at 62, Glove at 60, and Thunder at 59. Those are your top standings right now.
So there you go. And what I'd like to say as well to everybody who has participated in Pop's Picks this season,
Thank you.
for joining on in, being a part of it.
Yeah.
It's always a very exciting time of the year for us when football's back.
Yeah.
And this is something we very much enjoy doing.
Can't believe
And,
it's over
yeah, I know.
after this week. Well, we got games on Saturday, don't forget. Sunday, and I think there's one game Monday.
You need a Chex Mix, please?
Next mix.
Yeah. Gotta bring it a little closer to me.
I think, I'm not sure. Now, we got a ton of games that are very important. Green Bay has to win. We're on the board with Green Bay. Houston or Indy can possibly make the playoffs, depending on who wins. Rams beat Frisco. Like I said, McCaffrey's out. I don't know if they're going to start Purdy, so if the Rams, they could sneak in. Pittsburgh, Baltimore. If Baltimore rests everybody and Pittsburgh wins, they could screw Buffalo. Buffalo has to win and beat Miami, because if Buffalo wins and Jacksonville or Pittsburgh loses, Buffalo wins the division in the AFC East.
Okay.
So those are the games right now. So all games meaningful. Frisco doesn't care. Baltimore doesn't care. And everybody else does care.
So like you heard Pop say earlier in the show, you got 20 teams right now involved.
Yeah.
How insane is that?
And 8 could be eliminated by the weekend.
Yeah. Absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Without further ado, let's bring out the board so you guys can see.
Tough games. I had to put the games that are meaningful.
Pops, this is called Pop's Picks. You put whatever games that you want to put up there.
Well, I thought these games were meaningful.
No, I think...
I might have missed one or two. Dallas, maybe. Or Philly. Because Philly are playing the Giants, more than likely. Even though we played them well week before.
Well, regardless, we only have 6 spots.
Yeah.
And Pops, these were the 6 picks that you went with. We can't fit everything on the board. One thing that we are going to do is Pop's Picks is going to continue through the playoffs into the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
The board's going to change up, though.
Yeah.
Normally, right after week one or I think it's after week one in the playoffs, that's when you're going to start noticing other things will be added to the board. And by the time we get to the Super Bowl, that's when you're really going to see things like over-unders, spreads, coin toss, like just ideas of some of the things that will be added, not just the actual game itself.
Yeah.
So with this week, we have the Bills versus the Dolphins, Steelers versus the Ravens, Bears versus the Packers, Jaguars versus the Titans, Texans versus the Colts, and Rams versus the 49ers. Those are your games this week for Pop's Picks. And Pops, why don't we get us started right now with you?
Mm-hmm.
Bills, Miami.
I'm going with the Bills. With the injuries that I heard about Miami, if Tua doesn't play, I got to go with the Bills.
Yeah, I do think that Tua is not going to be playing. It seems like this is kind of a season-ending thing from what I've heard so far.
It's not season-ending for him. No, he's just not going to play.
So, with that being said, so if it's not season-ending, still, if he's not playing in this game, I'm going to go with the Bills as well here.
Yeah. I hope the Bills win.
Let's go, Buffalo. Next up, Pops, we have the Steelers and the Ravens.
This is a tough one for me. I am going to go, which I shouldn't, but I'm going to go with the Ravens. Because I think they're going to sit players. But I just don't think Steelers got it. Rafa would kill me when he hears that.
I got to go with the Ravens as well on this one. I don't think anybody is slowing this team down right now. I think this is the one of the biggest threats going into playoffs.
Their defense could win this game. Even if Lamar doesn't play the whole game.
Yeah, if he plays the first half.
Yeah.
And let's say, again, he scores, or they put 21 on the board.
Yeah.
I see Baltimore. They could still bench Lamar and win this game, in my opinion.
Scored 56 against Miami. And scored, 33 against Frisco.
Mm-hmm.
Blew them away, both games. All right, what's the next one?
Next up, we have the Bears versus the Packers.
I got to go with Green Bay. What I see in Jordan Love in the last 2-3 weeks. Could be a disappointment, but, Justin Fields plays good. But I got to go with Jordan Love.
For me here, Fields is back.
They've been playing good.
They've been playing good ball.
Should be a frozen tundra. You go with Chicago. I know that.
Damn right I am.
I wonder why.
I got my reasons.
Go.
Jacksonville and Tennessee.
I don't know who the hell. I don't know if Trevor Lawrence is playing. I know Tennessee's starting Tannehill, who hasn't played much this year. I think Kirk is back this year. This week, the receiver that's been hurt all last 6 weeks.
Okay.
But if Trevor Lawrence doesn't play, I'm gonna go to an upset with Tennessee.
I'm going Tennessee. In this game, I'm going Jacksonville.
Okay. Like I said, if Trevor doesn't play, they won last week against a crappy team, 26-0. But
I just think, you know what? I got nothing to lose this week. Doesn't matter whether, I go 0-6 or 6-0.
I could see Derrick Henry having a big game this week.
Yeah.
The game means nothing for them, but they could be spoilers. What do we got next?
I think Jacksonville goes into...
if Trevor plays, I could see them beating them. But if he doesn't play, and I would think they have to win this game.
Next up, we got Houston and Indianapolis.
This is a tough one. C.J. Stroud or the other guy on Indy. I'm gonna go with Indianapolis.
Ha! It's not what I thought you were gonna say.
I know, but I think I'm going with the more experienced quarterback here.
I'm taking Houston on this one, Pops. I think C.J. Stroud is going to come out there and just dominate this game.
I don't think so because I think he's a rookie, and this is pressure, and he could choke. That's my opinion only.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I feel the exact opposite. I think he's going to come out there and show the world that, watch out,
Okay.
Houston ain't messing around.
I'm going with the Rams last game.
You're going Rams?
Yeah, without McCaffrey and the other guy hurt. There's one guy hurt there. I don't see that. They already clinched. I don't think they want to take a chance. Even Brock Purdy might not even play the whole game.
I'm going to join you on the Rams as well, just because even what
They
you just
need it
said there, very
Bad.
convincing.
Yeah, they need it bad. And I saw the 49ers get their ass kicked. And they won this weekend, but against another crappy team. Now he faces Stafford. Experienced guy. Been around. Went to the Super Bowl. This guy throws the ball, even though we should have beat him. But you know what? I could see, if 49ers don't have their whole crew in there, without McCaffrey, they got no running game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
No, he's a superstar. Also.
He is the big part of
Yeah.
the
17
49ers
TDs.
offense.
Yeah.
I mean,
And he did nothing in that game against the Ravens.
we got Thunder in chat saying last regular season Pops picks. Kind of crazy how fast the regular season
You
went.
ain't kidding. Believe me, you ain't kidding. It seems like we were talking about it, yesterday, and here it is, week 17, 18, right?
Thunder, here we are. Of course, we are, like I said before, Pops picks will still be happening through the playoffs and into the Super Bowl. They're just the giveaways for Pops picks are during the regular season. So we'll still have, if you want to keep participating, which, we really encourage and hope that everybody still
Especially
wants
the
to play.
playoffs.
Still going to put it in the Discord as well. And one of the things that we like to do, I know it's a bit away, but, during Super Bowl, for those that can't make it here for our Super Bowl party, we will have Super Bowl chat set up in the Discord. In the event that you guys want to shoot the shit, hang out with us, hang out with each other, talk about the game, because Super Bowl. That's really as we've talked in the past of one day maybe trying to set up a Super Bowl show. There's just so much going on.
Yeah, it's hard to do because you want to watch the game.
So we will have again
We
the
don't
Super
announce
Bowl
it.
chit chat will be in the Discord as well.
We'll be watching the game, and 6:30 start, February 11th, I believe.
Yep. And like I said, I got the day off after Super Bowl. My boss even looked at me today, and I was like, "Yeah, I got February 12th off." He goes, "Yeah, day after the Super Bowl." I know, you prick.
Should be a holiday.
Mm.
Nobody goes to work the next day. They said 60% of people call in sick
Yeah.
day after Super Bowl, especially that it's a late game. By the time the game is over, it's usually 10.
Oh man, I mean, Super Bowl to me, Super Bowl is like a holiday to me.
Oh, kidding me?
I mean, Pops, Pops, there have been Super Bowls where it has literally just been you and I, and we have set up food and everything, probably for enough food for 10 people, just so you and I had variety to choose from, and again, also for the pictures. I know some of you guys out there. I feel like a majority of people out there, again, when it comes to Super Bowl, that's spread. Not only do you have your drinks set up and everything like that, but the food for Super Bowl.
What it's about.
I plan on getting a couple. This is what I plan on getting. I gotta find out how this place caters. But like I said, I want to get 2 full racks of ribs. You said you're bringing potato pancakes. I'm gonna get the at least a tray of the cornbread, the honey butter cornbread, and excuse me. We're gonna have like, cheeses and cold cuts and vegetable platters set up, ranch dip, chips, the whole nine.
Junk food.
Thunder says excited for the playoffs though. Oh my God.
Me too.
Same.
Even though my teams are involved, if you're a Jet fan, obviously we're Giant fans. But I'm hoping next year we turn something around.
Hey, I'm not even thinking about
Me
that.
either.
Because again, right now I'm with Thunder on this.
Would it be nice today talking about the Giants playing this game and would be involved?
At the same time, like, yeah, Pops, I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't be excited. But just football in general, I'm excited to see.
But look at these teams. Rams involved. Indy and Houston. Green Bay. Jacksonville.
That makes it exciting.
Yeah. And these two teams, obviously, I think they're going to. What shocks me if Buffalo loses, oh my God, a 10-7 record and not make the playoffs as a wild card. And if you win, you win the division. That's scary.
Yes, it is scary, but that makes this game incredibly exciting.
And they're in Miami, by the way.
Yeah.
Don't forget, Buffalo beat them 48-21 in Buffalo early in the season. So they kind of got their number lately.
We'll see what happens this weekend.
Yeah.
Again, I think Buffalo is the team right now
You don't want to face.
you don't want to face. Miami with the injuries that they've, dealt with as
Miami
of
faces
this past week.
either team. Buffalo faces the Ravens.
Like you said,
You got problems.
you said right off the bat, right? You said Waddle for Miami and Tua.
As far as
These
I
are
know.
major losses for the Miami
Because
Dolphins.
without them, Tyreek Hill might be invisible.
And this is a team, you're 100% right. Because you know what? This is what I would do if I was a defensive coordinator for Buffalo right now.
Double team.
I'm double teaming Hill,
Yeah.
and I am coming up with blitz strategies
Non-stop.
to put pressure on the rookie quarterback.
Without that. And I know the defensive coordinator in Buffalo is going to, if he's smart, you put pressure on this kid, whoever's starting, I don't even know his name,
Yeah.
and just go after him. In a big game, he might choke.
I'm right there with you. I think with that level of pressure, if he doesn't have, Hill is going to be the first thing on his mind. If Hill ain't there, if you take away Tyreek Hill from the Miami Dolphins,
And they have.
they're looking at right now. Again, Waddle. This is a big loss for their offense.
Tyreek Hill, you can go to this guy, but if he has 2 seconds, if the pressure is on with the Buffalo defense, I'm just saying if. I don't know.
I'm going with you
I
on
don't know
this.
what the game plan. This is a major game. Don't forget, this is for the AFC East title. This is major. And standings. Buffalo wins, they go to 2. Miami loses, they go to 6 seeding.
Yeah.
That's a big drop.
But that's the thing is Miami's in, right?
Miami's in, yeah.
Miami's in. So again, this is a bigger game for Buffalo because you don't want it to be played on chance.
No.
You don't want to sit. The Buffalo is not looking at the board right now and going, you know what? All right, Waddle's hurt, this guy's hurt, whatever. Right now, all they're thinking, it's a shark in the water. And let me tell you something, there's blood in the water.
Let's go after it. Yeah.
They want to make the playoffs. They don't want it to come down to another team losing. Buffalo Bills, I feel, are coming in hot.
Just win the game.
They want
By
to
the
win.
way, they were at night. Their game is at 8:20. So they will know what these other two teams did.
So that's even extra pressure on the Bills.
Yeah, but if let's say Pittsburgh loses or Jacksonville loses, doesn't matter. They're in.
That's true. I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
I still think, though,
day games.
right now, when you look at this Buffalo Bills team, this is a team that has been grinding out wins. They've literally put everything out there on the field. You've seen the change in this team from the beginning of the season to end of the season right now. It has been like it has been a miraculous story to watch.
Yeah.
Again, to developing a running game.
That's my point right there, which they didn't have early in the season.
They didn't.
All of a sudden, they got this kid Cook.
They've had Cook, but like now
they didn't use him a lot because remember that time he fumbled against Denver in the first play? They sat him down.
it was a big deal.
Yeah. And
But, now...
Then he gets 233 yards against Dallas.
I think, really, yeah.
So,
I think one of the big changes there, right? So, that fumble you said against Denver,
first play.
let's go further with that. But you've also seen, Josh Allen having to throw the ball 35, 40 times. Interceptions are inevitable at that point.
Of course. You don't want to see
When
that.
you're throwing the ball that much, the more you throw the ball, the higher the percentage of a chance of an interception happening is there.
Run the ball.
When you have an equal, diverse strategy there, where it's run, throw. This is what makes Buffalo such a threatening team right now, is because now they figured out how to get a run game going. At the same time, every defensive coordinator knows that Josh Allen, he can and he will hurt you in the air as well, given the opportunity that you mess up.
Diggs, Knox, Davis. You got 3 receivers that can hurt you.
Yeah.
If you got a run game going, you could play fake. The whole defensive line is coming at you, and now you got 1-on-1 with those 3 guys. And by the way, Josh Allen, you know him. He loves to run.
He's also, that's a very good point. He's a big guy. He's a big
6'6",
guy.
240.
Yeah, and he's fast for his size as well. Not an easy guy to take down.
No,
I heard I heard on one of the sports shows I was listening to.
Yeah,
they compared him to Big Ben.
Roethlisberger, yeah.
Big Ben I think had 25 pounds on Josh Allen.
Oh, hell yeah.
But still, when you're looking at that kind of quarterback right there,
Josh Allen much faster.
He's much faster. He can hurt you in the air. He can hurt you with his legs. And now the Bills have a run game.
Yeah.
Watch out for Cook. It's going to be exciting.
If the offensive line is what they've been in the last 4 weeks, they've been running the ball. You never know.
It's true. We got Blue in the chat. Mr. Blue Monkey, what's going on, you two? What's happening, Blue? How you doing, bro? We're just talking about, we're talking about Pop's picks.
Wait to see this, Blue.
Here you go, Blue. We got the Bills and the Dolphins, Steelers and the Ravens, Bears and the Packers, Jacksonville versus Tennessee, Houston versus Indianapolis, and the Rams versus the 49ers.
I could have thrown a couple of other games in, but I could have thrown in Philly. They already going to win. I'm not saying they're going. They're in the playoffs.
At no point, Pops, and I know where you're going
we
here.
almost beat them.
But you don't have to explain yourself of what games. These were the games that you wanted for Pop's picks. And let me tell you something, Pops. I want to give you a pound here on this. You have put together this season some of what I consider the most difficult boards we've had in a long time. Looking at my record says a lot right there. I have not been able to figure out this NFL season worth of shit.
Well, I watch it a lot more than you do. I watch shows. I watch injuries. I watch who's hot, who's not.
No, but I watch highlights. I catch up when I can.
I don't think you watch as much as I do.
Well, I can't.
You work.
But it's still, it doesn't take away from the fact on whether how much I watch it or not, or how much you watch it or not. This has been an insane regular season.
The reason I picked Baltimore because they don't know who's quarterback.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be, what's his name? Oh, I can't think of his name right now. But the guy they want to start is the second stringer. So if they start him and they need this game, I don't give a shit who Baltimore starts. Their defense will, in my opinion, will force this guy to throw the ball all over the place.
I mean, I feel you on that, Pops.
Yeah.
I feel you on that. How's everything going, oh Blue? How are you and Mismo doing? How's your evening going? Hopefully you guys having
Blue, you got a shot at second or third place. I think Permadirt has clinched.
Clinched first place.
70 wins.
Which again, to Permadirt,
Yeah.
To everybody that has been in the top 5, to all of everybody out there that's played Pops Picks this season, congratulations again. Congratulations, Permadirt, Blue.
I hope they're not upset with the games I put up.
Pops, this is Pops
I like
Picks,
putting
man.
up tough games. Hey, I won 60
Listen.
games this year. On my gambling days, forget it.
I can't necessarily speak for everybody here, but I will say this much. Just from what we've done during the regular season, what we've heard from everybody in chat,
Yeah.
up until this point,
You happy with the picks?
it has been challenging, and who doesn't like a good challenge?
Of course. That's why I do it.
Exactly.
I don't want chippy games.
Blue says, Mismo and I agree with you, Wiz. Crazy difficult games to pick.
Blue is at 63 and 38. So you got a shot. Sweaty, 62. Glove, 60. So you're right in the mix.
So Sweaty's in second place?
Sweaty got 62 wins, yeah. No, Blue is in second. 63.
Blue is in second, Sweaty's in third.
And Perm's obviously going to win with 70 because nobody could catch him.
Mm-hmm.
No. Even if they go 6-0, they're going to win 69 games.
No, I hear ya. No, you're 100. Yeah, he's
So-
clinched. He's
so-
clinched the $100 gift card.
Yep. You guys, second or third. See what happens. Sweaty and you, Blue, are fighting it out. 1 game apart. You're up by 1. See what happens.
It's gonna be exciting. It's not that it's gonna be exciting. It is exciting right now.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. No kidding.
You know.
Yep. How did you guys beat? They sat Russell Wilson, and I think they won the game. Well, they don't want to. They don't want to play him because of that $37 million that they would owe.
That's we glossed over that, and
That sucks. You worried about the money instead of making the playoffs? I don't know.
Money changes minds.
Money. Yeah.
That's $37 million that they could get another player.
Besides the $39 million they own.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey, you're looking at what? 39, 36, 75 million?
75. Blue says, yeah, that was a crazy game, and we pulled through with the Broncos.
Yeah, they won. I was shocked when I saw the that they sat Russell Wilson and they're going to sit him again. Which sucks, because if I'm a Denver fan, I want to see Russell Wilson in there.
If you're a Denver fan, you want to see the Broncos win.
Of course.
You don't care how it goes down.
Like I said,
and honestly, I think like Blue. I remember you and Mismo talking about early in the season, in the beginning of the season, we're not going to do anything with Russell Wilson. Now, my question is, have your thoughts on Russell changed? Do you think that it's, are you upset that he's on the bench, or are you okay with it?
I think if they would have beat New England,
Of course, Blue.
they would have changed everything.
Yeah, no, I think that definitely changed it. But
Oh, my
again,
God.
to ask the Denver fans as to what, are you upset that Russell Wilson is not playing? Blue says we would rather see him on the field instead of sitting on the bench, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
same here.
I think Pops, like you said, that game against New England,
That hurt.
that right there, right, the playoff picture,
Yeah, here's a team that
shut
at
down.
that time only won 3 games, and you lost to them at home.
Spoilers. It's the spoilers.
Every year, you see it. You're going to see it this weekend.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to spoil the other team's chances of getting in, but you know what? It's not the spoiler's fault. It's your fault because you lost games that you might have, should have, or could have won during the year. So now it's coming down to, we got to worry about, you know what, Buffalo? Win the game, and you have to worry about Pittsburgh and Jacksonville. Win the damn game, you clinch the AFC East.
I'm gonna let me just announce the board one more time, real quick, Pops.
All right.
Got Buffalo Bills versus the Miami Dolphins. Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Baltimore Ravens. Chicago Bears versus the Green Bay Packers. Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Tennessee Titans. Houston Texans versus the Indianapolis Colts. And the Rams versus the 49ers. We got Mismo in the chat saying, hey guys, reading local sports guys, our coach is blaming the Wilson and offense. Shit.
Yeah.
Mismo, great seeing you in chat. How you doing?
I'm blaming Denver management. They want to save this $37 million, and they're sitting this guy down. You signed him for $39.
I got you, Blue.
And now you're sitting the guy down? Really? Come on.
Well, I think, again, that I think that the way his contract was structured, if there's an opportunity, those loopholes right there, to get out of paying $37 million, maybe $37 million's a drop in the bucket to these guys.
Yeah, but you know what?
But when you think about the future,
play.
again, the Denver Broncos right now, this is a team that has, listen, this is not me shitting on him in any way, shape, or form. But since Von Miller, Peyton Manning, since that Super Bowl, I feel like this team has been in a rebuild.
Yeah.
And, they got Russell Wilson in there. At that time, did not seem like he was the answer. I mean, the guy was making a ton of mistakes early in the season.
Different team. Didn't have the weapons.
Didn't have the weapons, right? Now we're seeing something different here. But here's the thing. That if a lot of these teams didn't play so poorly or maybe, what's the word I'm looking for? If it wasn't so close with 20 teams being in the mix right now, I don't think that this would even be a question. I mean, shit. There were talks about the Giants had a with a win against New Orleans. There was a 40% chance.
That went down fast when they got blown out.
That's what I mean. Is that again? Like when they got blown out, but for the Giants to have the few amount of wins that we have this season to be considered with Tommy DeVito, a third string quarterback. We've seen so many crazy things this season. We got Mismo says, it's hard because when Wilson decided to be a team player and find open receivers, he played well. He hasn't found open players fast enough for our coach in the last 3 weeks, so he's been benched. Management tried to get Wilson to negotiate his injury clause, and he wouldn't. And that's part of the punishment decision benching him. At the same time, like
He
Mismo,
wants the money.
he wants the money because we're not looking at a 24, 25-year-old Russell Wilson anymore.
Oh, no. He's like 34, 35.
34, 35. He's towards the end of his career. He's looking at that money
I wouldn't
as.
say that.
I don't want to. I know you wouldn't say that.
Well, quarterbacks are playing out to like Rodgers and Brady till 40, 41.
I know, but to get that extra money goes a long way because you don't know what kind of injury you could
Shame
suffer.
on him now.
It could be a season-ending kind of deal where that $37 million, that helps.
He's a runner. He likes to, not like he used to, but again. Once again, it's about
the
money.
big thing
money,
is that
money.
it's on both sides.
Yeah.
The players, the owners, it's on that. It's, okay, what are we going to do to help the team win? And I think that the coaches there, when they saw that they didn't have a chance to make the playoffs after that loss, they're like, well, why are we going to, we're not going to make the playoffs. Why are we going to lose $37 million in case this guy
but
gets
you know
hurt?
what? Shame on them. They agreed to this contract 3 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, well, they put themselves in a position, Pops, where, okay,
Yeah, but
we're not going to take the chance.
Their fault. He's going to want to get his money. I'm sorry.
Okay, but you know what? It's fault or no fault here. When you look at the decision making here.
In my opinion,
where
do you think he wants to be sitting on the bench right now or last week?
No. Well, if he wants to be on the field that bad, like Mismo just said, he would have renegotiated that injury clause. Apparently, he's not thinking about playing. He's thinking about $37 million.
Evidently, yeah. And he'll get more money after this.
Let's see. Mismo says, rumor here is Seattle wants him back possibly. That's interesting.
Really?
It was our GM, who was also on the chopping block, who paid Wilson too much, says Mismo.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Fair.
Giants wanted him, but they wouldn't give him the $33 million that he asked for.
No.
Before, with the Daniel
No,
Jones.
I'm sorry. I'm taking 9 times out of 10, I'm taking the younger quarterback in his prime over the older quarterback. That, listen, I'm not taking anything away from Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
He has a Super Bowl ring to his name.
Mm-hmm.
Could have had 2.
Oh,
That bullshit play against New England.
Yeah.
Again, that's on coaching.
Oh, that was Carroll's fault.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with you.
He called the play.
I agree with you on that. That was on coaching there. But here's the thing. Russell Wilson ain't getting any younger. I'm taking the younger quarterback right now versus, a guy that's getting up there. He ain't going to be that mobile much longer. Listen, Rodgers used to have a little bit of legs under him. That man ain't running out of the pocket that much anymore.
So what happened after 4 plays? Don't forget, this year, with all the injuries to the starters, some of these backups have done well. Dobbs, C.J. Stroud.
I mean, it was like 6, right?
I think 8. So these guys, they're sitting on the bench and playing the guy in Cincinnati after Burrow went down. Now they're fading.
Browning, right?
Browning, yeah. Jay Brown, all of a sudden. But again, you got to be consistent. You won some games, and all of a sudden you lose games because you're throwing the ball all over the place and get picked off.
Well, it's after a while, Pops, and this is what I think. And tell me, guys, if you agree with me on this. It happened to DeVito, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
It happened to Browning. Teams are looking at your success, the other teams, and they're breaking down what's been working for you. And once they figure out what works for you, they're going to try to take that away from you.
See if you agree with me on this point. Tommy won 3 games in a row against crappy teams, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, again, can we really consider Green Bay at that point crappy?
No.
Yes, they came off a bye week.
But the next week, when they had a 20% chance or whatever to make the wild card, I would have started Tyrod Taylor against New Orleans.
Yeah, but, here's the thing, and this is where I disagree.
You don't agree, right?
This is where I disagree with you, because now, for me, a 20% chance... Yeah, it's there's a number there. There's still, you're not mathematically out of anything. But let me just, please, let me finish this. Is where I would look at that, I would say, you know what? I am going to start Tommy DeVito. He's got the confidence right now. I want to see what this kid can do against a team that can hurt you. He was able to win a game after being sacked 9 times.
Bad team.
A bad team. Still, what does that say about us? We let him get sacked 9 times. He's still, after 9 sacks. I'm going to say it again. 9 sacks. Still found a way to win the game. It puts into that perspective. Again, he was one of the only rookie quarterbacks to win 3 consecutive games in a row without throwing an interception. As a head coach, if I'm the head coach there, I'm right there with Dable. And I don't think that Dable was wrong for what he did. I want to see what the kid's got. I want to see if there's any future in this right now. And if he's not showing that level of, that level of excellence against a team that can hurt you, that's when I'm going to pull him. And I feel like Dable did the right thing.
I disagree. I think when he knew he was facing New Orleans, way better team than the 3 teams he beat. He should have, with a chance to make a wild card, you should have started him. You should have started him against Philly. The game we lost by 8.
I mean, Pops, we were looking at a team right now. I mean, we could go back and forth to a blue and a head. You and I had both, basically sealed our thoughts on where we felt this team was going this season.
Monday morning quarterback. That's all I'm telling you. I wouldn't have started him against either team.
No, that's fine.
Now, he pulled him in Philly after the first half because you could see DeVito had no shot.
You got to see what the future holds, though.
I know, but no shot at beating Philly. First half, they were all over. This kid,
Tyrod Taylor, he's not a kid.
No, I'm just saying, he comes in, all of a sudden, it's a game. 2 plays. It's a freaking game. Just like that.
Well, because, can I tell you why I think that happened?
Whatever, it happened.
No, I'm going to tell you why I think that happened. Because, at that point, Philly was playing to what Tommy DeVito was typically doing in the field. We need to stop DeVito from running.
Mm-hmm.
We need to take away the screen passes.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to eliminate anything because he loved throwing down the middle. And that's where a lot of his accuracy was when he was throwing the ball downfield. Where was it? Down the middle. Who was it to? Waller.
Mm-hmm.
Philly had a game plan for DeVito. I feel that we saw success with Tyrod Taylor because they weren't ready for a guy that was going to throw the ball 30, 40 yards down the sideline accurately. They were playing a strategy against a quarterback that was a scrambler,
Rookie.
threw down the middle, or threw screen passes when the blitz came. They knew how to play that.
Losing.
When Tyrod Taylor came in, their game plan defensively was not matched up for what Tyrod Taylor could do offensively.
Why not start? Why are you starting the kid that has
Because
no
here's the
experience
thing, if you're gonna
against a team that's a powerhouse?
The part of it, what I'm getting at, Dad, is Tyrod Taylor. I think you're missing where I'm going here.
No, I'm not. I know exactly where you're going.
Then tell me where I'm going.
You're giving the kid a chance.
No, that's not where I'm going.
Well, what are you saying?
It's exactly what I'm saying. Is we talked about he did not fare well against the Eagles. The Eagles defensively had a game plan for Tommy DeVito.
Yeah.
You talk about the success of Tyrod Taylor, where I say that success only happened because the Eagles, who still won the game, the Eagles had a game plan for Tommy DeVito's offense. They were not prepared in that moment.
Why would you say that? Don't you think the coach on
When you look at the
Eagles-
defense and how they even played,
Yeah, but
they were playing man coverage, one-on-one man coverage.
you always got to.
They did one-on-one man coverage. Yeah, I know, and they readjusted. Hence why they won the game.
Almost close.
But again, when Tyrod Taylor came out, when you're watching man-on-man coverage for these wide receivers, they knew that Tommy DeVito, the odds of him throwing and threading the needle to get those deep passes,
Slim to none.
They knew where he was going to go. They knew it, read it like an open book. He's going to throw down the middle to his tight end for that 15, 20-yard reception. If that wasn't available, it was going to be a screenplay to, who else? Saquon Barkley, hoping to get 5-6 yards. And if that didn't work, he was hoping that, you know what, that offensive line would create an opening for him to sprint for 15 yards.
Didn't happen.
Those were the three things that Tommy DeVito, and that is why he excelled the way he did. The second the Eagles saw and was able to shut that down, they saw what his plan was. That's the point of making it. They saw what his plan was. They took those three options away from him. And all of a sudden, now we put Tyrod Taylor in. Eagles aren't ready on the sidelines where Tyrod's throwing these beautiful passes over the shoulder. These incredible passes to wide receivers. Man coverage. They're not playing zone. They're playing man coverage, and that gives Tyrod Taylor, as we saw back with the Buffalo Bills when he was the starter there. This was a guy that loves throwing down the field. And when the Eagles, he brought that game close. Just going with you on this. He brought that game close until the Eagles, what did they do? They readjusted to how he plays the game. And we saw how that ended out.
Well,
that's my point.
I wouldn't even say that. I think the Giant defense failed them. 3rd and 20. 3rd and 20. In Eagles territory, like on the 30-yard line, and you allowed what's his name? Jalen Hurts to throw a 27-yard pass on the right sideline. What are you doing? 3rd and 20. You got to stop the guy. You stop him, you get the ball back, probably win the game.
Oh, sorry. Blue, I'm listening, Pops.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get Blue up here on the board.
I still think they should have started Tyrod Taylor.
Bills, Steelers.
He's going what?
He's going Bills. Steelers. Texans, Green Bay.
Who's he going with?
Green Bay.
And Texans.
And Yep, Houston Texans.
Who did I go with? Indy?
Hold on, Pops. I can only do one thing at a time.
Gotcha.
Jaguars and 49ers is their anchor team.
Ooh. I don't know about those two because, like I said, 49ers are hurting. 2 guys out. Miami. Did he pick Miami? No, he picked.
No,
Bills.
everyone.
Okay.
So far we're all going Bills.
Okay, Blue picked Pittsburgh. I could see, if the Ravens, but Raven defense, he's going with Green Bay. Okay, he's going with Jacksonville. If Trevor Lawrence starts, he's been on the sidelines for the last 2 weeks. Houston, yeah, I can see that. Even though I like Indy.
Yeah.
Because I'm going with the experience with quarterbacks. And this I'm only going because 2 of their players are not playing.
I know McCaffrey is a big.
Oh my God.
And Purdy.
Major.
But even the last game I saw Purdy play, last game I watched, was it a week or two ago? He just did not have it.
Terrible.
Yeah, and that's why that's why I'm kind of going again. Purdy in or out. Even if Purdy's in, with McCaffrey being out, I'm going Rams.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that
Don't
one.
forget,
right
Purdy's a second stringer, second year. Stafford's been around. He's been around like 10 years.
there.
And you could see they have, Rams defense is what worries me. But if Frisco doesn't have their offensive players in there, I don't know. Can Debo score? He was invisible last week.
You double right? Was there a lot of double? See, I missed this game because again, when you're missing some of your key guys,
They won, but they beat a crappy team.
I feel like yeah.
No,
Debo against the Rams defense. That
Yeah,
Rams
right.
defense, I feel like, isn't
not great. No.
average at best.
If they're gonna win,
This
it's because of
this season.
No, if they're gonna win, it's gonna be because of Stafford, because they can score. Last 4 games, besides the Giant game, they scored like 37 points, and they scored 26 against the Giants.
Yeah.
No, ironically, the Giants' kickoff return put them right back in the game. By the way, that was the.
I ran out for that. I was
Yeah.
I was on the phone, and I was like, man, I'm just gonna make a phone call real quick, go into the bedroom, and then I hear, "Get back out here!
Yeah.
Get out here!"
Yeah.
I came out there. Oh, when do you see? Oh my! Oh!
All right.
Ah!
90.
Go!
94-yard run back. You know the last time a Giant guy did that?
Victor Cruz against
No.
the Jets.
1928.
Oh, like
Victor
a
Cruz was
run
the
back,
best-
kick
a run
for-
back.
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry.
1928. I think it was a 95-yarder. 1928.
Damn. Well, listen, we're gonna take our last break right now.
Watch.
This is right. This thing's been acting weird lately.
You're weird.
Thanks, pops. We're gonna be back in a little bit. Don't go anywhere, meow. The show ain't over yet. We'll see you in a
Not
second.
yet.
Take this time, stretch your legs, get a drink, make some popcorn. I don't know. We'll be back in a minute.
Here we are.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and you're watching the Pops and Whiz Sportscast. We're your hosts. My name's Mr. Whiskers. To my right, the one and only Papa K.
Take it easy. I haven't been this cherished in 70 years.
Oh, stop. You are a big part of this community. You're a big part of this show, Pops.
Yeah. I try to get a little experience, because I've been around, saw a ton of games.
Been around.
Saw every Super Bowl.
Was it time?
Imagine that. I saw every Super Bowl.
So that's wild. That's awesome.
From 66 till now, 58 coming up.
Yeah. And here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Doing now. You ever think that you'd be doing a live show on the internet one day?
No, we decided that almost 5 years ago. So
I know. And speaking of which, we are coming up on our
weeks.
5-year anniversary of starting this show.
2 weeks,
January 16th.
which happens to be a Tuesday.
Works
Day we
out
do
pretty
a show.
well.
You know what I watched the other day, which I mentioned to you? The Ice Bowl with Green Bay and Dallas.
I
saw
vaguely
that game.
remember that.
Oh, I saw that game live.
Like highlights of it.
Oh, I saw it live. I couldn't believe the temperature. It was 20 below. They had blowers on the field, and Dallas took the lead. 19-13 with under 4 minutes to go. And Bart Starr came down the field. 2-yard line. Couldn't get in. So he ran up to Lombardi and he goes, I want to do blah, blah, blah. Lombardi says, just score and we can get the hell out of here. I'm freezing. And he did. He called the play. The quarterback called the play, not the coach. He goes, right side. He goes, we can block this guy out. And he snuck in for the touchdown and won. And Don Meredith was the quarterback for Dallas. He was so crushed because he thought they were going to win. A year later, he retired at 31. Then, a year or two later, he becomes the announcer on Monday Night Football. Don Meredith, Howard Cosell, and Keith Jackson at the time.
We have Blue's got a question for you real quick. He says, Pops, when did the Super Bowl start? 66?
Yeah. Green Bay, and I think it was Oakland.
Green Bay and Oakland. Oakland Raiders. Back when they were the Oakland Raiders.
And then the next year was Green Bay and Kansas City. And Green Bay beat the crap out of both of them. The next year, it's Joe Namath. And
Super Bowl III.
And he wins. He beats the Colts, who were 15-1.
Yeah.
The next year,
big turning point right there.
Yeah, the next year, Kansas City comes back with Len Dawson and beats the Vikings. And then the merger happened.
That's interesting because I thought that the merger happened because Joe Namath.
Yes, it did, but it didn't happen then. It happened the year after.
It happened the year after. Okay.
After Chiefs beat. By the way, the Chiefs hadn't won a Super Bowl since Patrick Mahomes. So
that I heard.
So then they emerged. Pittsburgh, which was an NFL team, became an AFC team. Cleveland, NFL team. NFC team became AFC team. They changed everything around. The only teams that stayed in the NFC were Giants, Cowboys. I don't know why the Cowboys are only.
I was thinking about that a second ago. This just makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
They do not live. They are not in the East Coast.
Not even close. 2,000 miles away.
Yeah.
Eagles, I could see. Yeah. Washington, yeah. Giants, yeah. Close. Where the hell did the Cowboys come from? Yeah. All that way, 2,000 miles away from the East Coast.
You would think that, the Bills would be in our division.
But the Bills were an AFC team to begin with, so they were never gonna.
Yeah, but with every change that that has happened again, when you're looking at the changes, team names.
Yeah.
Even going into hockey, adding an extra team with the Las Vegas Golden.
Vegas Golden Knights.
The Golden Knights, like
Seattle Kraken.
Yeah, Seattle Kraken. Like the teams that added in, like those kind of changes right there, which is like as right, it's as much as you scratch your head and you're like, oh shit, like you get so used to something being a certain way for so long.
Without a doubt.
And then
the Baltimore Colts.
Indianapolis Colts. And then Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah. So, everything changed. Bengals were around, Cleveland Browns. Let's see, Houston Texans were not the team. It was the Houston Oilers. And the Oilers became the Tennessee Titans, as far as I remember. Jacksonville wasn't around. Let's see. I don't think the Tampa Bay. What are they? Tampa Bay what?
Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. They weren't around.
So my head went baseball for a second. I don't know why.
Yeah. I was gonna say the Rays.
Right, you're on the same level as me right there.
A lot of teams that came on. There was a certain amount of teams, and all of a sudden they added teams, which was good. For football, Jacksonville came in. Trying to think of other teams that weren't around. Like I said, the Texans came in.
Well, let's go over the teams right now. Did we say the 49ers yet?
49ers were always there.
49ers were always there. So let's go over the teams that we know were definitely there. Was be the New York Giants.
Yeah.
49ers.
Yeah.
Green Bay. At the Green Bay Packers at the time was the Baltimore Colts.
Yeah. Chicago Bears.
Yeah. Oakland Raiders.
Oakland Raiders were AFC team.
AFC.
Yeah. Detroit Lions were always there. They were, I'm trying to think of some other teams that became franchise teams, whatever.
Well, okay, let me try to rattle off a few. I mean, just even looking at this board.
Okay, all right. Pittsburgh was always there. Baltimore, like I said, they changed their name. I think Miami was always there. Chicago, Green Bay.
Speak up a little bit.
Houston, Indianapolis changed, like I said. The Rams were there. Frisco, yeah.
Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, like I said, they were the Houston Oilers.
Yeah.
And they came.
So then, we have the Cleveland Browns.
They were always there.
We have the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Yeah, they weren't.
We have the Carolina Panthers.
Another team. There you go.
Right? That's another one right there. We get the New England Patriots.
I think the Atlanta Falcons.
Arizona Cardinals.
Well, they were the St. Louis Cardinals.
St. Louis Cardinals.
In my day. Then they became the St. Louis Rams. And later, that didn't last long and became, obviously, the LA Rams.
Okay. The Jets came into the picture.
The Jets were started in 60, 61.
61?
They were the New York Titans.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Let's go over to the other side of the country here. So the Seahawks.
Seattle, yeah, there you go. They weren't around.
They were okay.
No.
Not
my day, anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's still your day.
I'm just saying they were.
But back when you first started watching,
in the 60s. Yeah. No. There was only a certain amount of teams. AFC only had 8 teams.
Yeah.
At the time, the AFL they called it. And thank God they merged because they had such good teams. San Diego, Oakland, the Jets, the Bengals. They had great teams. But they, NBC was the only channel that covered them. And they said the AFC would fold if they didn't merge. And when Joe Namath beat the Colts and Dawson beat the Vikings, they said, hey, and rightfully so. These guys were professionals. There were so many great players on this AFC team.
Now, I have a question for you, Pops. I just had a flashback of my childhood.
Go ahead.
Right? Now, Have you always, throughout your entire time watching football, you've always been a Giants fan?
Yeah. 1961.
Never a fan of any other team?
1961.
So I remember as a kid, not knowing, we're talking like single digits.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why this popped into my head.
Right.
I remember having a hat. It was a Philadelphia Eagles hat.
Wasn't mine.
Do we have anybody in our family that's an Eagles fan?
No.
Where the fuck did that hat come from?
My brother, me, his 2 sons, all Giant fans.
But anybody on mom's side that were Eagles fans?
No.
Like I know the Cuzzos are, Falcons or
Not that I remember.
because I distinctly remember as a kid I liked the Eagles hat because I liked the logo. I didn't know a damn thing about football. That's what's crazy. I liked wearing an Eagles hat.
Yeah.
Not knowing anything about the rivalries or anything like that.
Oh,
I was like, this is a cool logo. And I just remember there was a Philadelphia Eagles hat in our house.
My brother was a Dallas fan right away. In the late 70s.
I just wonder where the hell that... I can still see it in my head. I wonder where the hell that hat
I've been a
came
Giant fan, Yankee fan, Knicks, and Rangers all my life. I would never switch. I know some people switch and change their fandom. I could never do that.
I understand in the aspect of you get married, right, and that your spouse is a fan of another team. Melissa, my wife, like I'm Giants fan.
She's
first.
Bears.
She loves the Bears. When I see the Bears play, I'm rooting for the Bears.
Yeah.
Another thing I'll say too is as I've gotten into, and I would say this is in the same time frame of hanging out with everybody in chat.
Yeah.
Grim, Minnesota Viking fan.
Right.
Permadirt, even though he's over in Canada, he's a Vikings fan.
Okay.
Right? And it was in that same time I started paying more attention to the Vikings a little bit.
Right.
And just I had said a couple seasons ago, it was just, wow, this team is really starting to come around.
Yeah.
And, and here again, we're seeing, Kirk Cousins in there, even when Dobbs came in. Not a bad record. A team that can still hurt you.
Yeah.
So that's another team that I find myself that if the Giants aren't on and the Bears aren't on,
Mm-hmm.
I'm rooting for the Vikings.
Okay.
You
The
know,
only team I'm rooting for this year is the Bills.
yeah,
Like I said, the sister
Bills, the
became a
sister,
Bills fan.
brother-in-law.
Yeah, well, I still don't believe that.
Blue says lost and found. Bad hair day, needed a hat. There you go. Well, that's why that hat was there. I just can't even imagine. I wonder if there's any childhood pictures of me wearing a Philadelphia Eagles hat.
I doubt it. I probably would have burned it.
Oh shit!
Never Eagles fan. Never.
Oh
Never
man!
Cowboy fan. Hated rivalry, especially the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Mm.
No, couldn't.
I know when we were talking Christmas Eve, right? And Broski brought his new girlfriend over.
Mm-hmm.
Had a fantastic time shooting the shit with her.
Mm-hmm. She knew a lot about sports.
Knows a lot about sports. A big time Giant fan, and just even to me, I thought that right there. Yeah, Broski, diehard Cowboys fan.
Mm-hmm. Supposedly a Bills fan now.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Falls in love
Was a Giant.
with a diehard Giants fan.
Yeah. Go for
You
it.
know, I love it. We had a great time shooting the shit Christmas Eve, and I just I can only imagine the level of rivalry when we're talking about rivalries when these two are sitting down watching Cowboys Giants together.
Yeah.
Maybe sitting on separate sides of the couch or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm only fucking around.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I mean, listen, when you come into a relationship, it's where that, like I said, I never had anything against the Bears. Never rooted for them. And I remember my late father-in-law, rest in peace, Jerry. Anytime I rooted for the Bears, he goes, "Don't fucking do that."
Right.
I was like, "What?" He goes, "You're the kiss of death.
You're a Giant fan.
You're a Giants fan. You're not a traditional. You're not a Bears fan.
He's right.
And then when you root for my team, they fucking lose. Stop rooting for my Bears." Because I remember I called him. I remember one night a distinct conversation we had. I was out front here. And, the Bears were having a great game. I was super hyped about it. And, I called them up. It was like halftime. I'm like, "Jerry, Bears got this in the bag. They're up by 3 scores.
Lost.
And at the end of the game, he called me back. He goes, "Don't ever fucking call me again. This is why you cannot root for another team that you're not a true fan of."
He's right. He was right. I
Call
can't
me the
do it.
kiss of death.
I couldn't do it. No. I mean, if Buffalo wins, I'll be happy. If they win Sunday or whenever they play, I'll be happy. But if they lose, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm just with Chris Christian, and Lawson, and they all love the Buffalo Bills.
I think like here's where the difference between you and I are. You have stayed on top of these teams your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Where I got to a point where, and this is not saying that you were never emotionally involved. I got too emotionally involved.
Bills?
No, not to the Bills. It was the Rangers. The New York Rangers, for me, was like I've said this a few times on the show. I've said this to you a few times personally. When the Rangers lost to the LA Kings in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I actually talked about this today with my boss because I remember, I was telling him about my old boss, Joe Bogdan. And how much of a diehard Ranger fan he was.
Oh.
And I remember at the time when the Rangers were going through those playoffs and then kept going to the next round. You and I kept getting together to watch the games.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember on certain nights, my supervisor at that time would mandate me 2 hours overtime. And his boss, again, Joe Bogdan, the one and only, would come up to me. "You get mandated tonight?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm not going to be able to watch the game with my dad." He goes, "You just go home. You're not going to get penalized for this. I'm just going to take this off the record. I need you to do this, this, and this before you go.
Right.
Get that shit done. But you go watch the game with your dad." And I remember, so this was where a lot of things changed in my life. I was very grateful, even though our team, you, I, Joe Bogdan, our team, the New York Rangers, lost against the LA Kings. I remember going into work after the cup, bought him a bottle of Jack Daniel's Single Barrel as a thank you.
Thank you, yeah.
Even though we lost, that you gave me that opportunity to share these moments with you without losing my job, It was that moment there. Even after I handed him the bottle, and I kind of had that moment where when the Rangers lost to the Kings, I remember sitting out in your front yard for like an hour, just in quiet, just so
I
frustrated.
remember those first 2 games. They were in L.A.
Yeah.
Both went to overtime.
Mm-hmm.
And both times, Mr. Kreider binged it off the post.
Yep.
Could have won both games if they go in. They didn't, and we lost.
That's where I kind of separated myself from sports for a bit, because I sat out there just pondering to myself, like, why is this bothering me so much? You know, I know it upsets the players, but at the end of the day, they're going home.
Bothered me.
You know, yeah, they bothered. It bothered a lot of Ranger fans, but in my head, I was sitting there. I was like, you know what? This is affecting me too much.
Yeah. Well, it used to me, not anymore.
But that's when I took that 2 years. I took 2 years away. I did not watch a single sport. I did not watch the Giants. I did not watch the Yankees. I didn't watch the Rangers. Don't even talk about the Knicks. I didn't go anywhere near them.
Mm-hmm. They just made a move, by the way.
But my end of the story, make it real quick, is 2 years that I stayed away from sports, and I came back and just a fresh view.
Mm-hmm.
Of, okay, what is sports going to mean to me now?
Yeah.
Am I really going to lose my mind over these teams, or can I just get excited for the event itself?
I stopped losing my mind. When the Yankees lost to Arizona in 2001, I was devastated. Should have won that series.
Mm.
You know, Mariano doesn't blow it, which he didn't much. You know, had a 2-1 lead going into the night. And that, oh God, nobody wanted to talk to me for like 3 days. I didn't watch the ceremony after the game was over. Didn't watch shit. After that, I said, what am I doing?
Right?
What am I doing? These guys are making millions of dollars and I'm getting fucking pissed off. No. And I've changed. I loved when the Rangers won, you know, in 94. You know, Knicks haven't won in 51 years. Jets haven't won in 50 whatever years. At least our Giants have won twice in this decade, you know.
And we watched together.
Yeah,
I mean, you saw them there 5 times,
Right.
4 wins.
Will they ever get there again? Maybe. Probably not right now because there's too many other teams that are too damn good.
So damn good.
And we don't have, you know, the players, the personnel to beat these guys yet. But is Daniel Jones the answer? No.
I don't think so either. I think that he to me.
Yeah. Give me an offensive line and maybe a little extra help on the defense. Maybe in the next 3 years. We got us going back to the playoffs, but I don't see this guy winning the Super Bowl. Eli did. When I saw Eli, I said, this guy's clutch. Got beat up, but bounced right back. No, he was clutch. You know, and a monster of a guy that could never get hurt. You know, 215, 16 games in a row.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. These guys, puppies. They get hurt. You know, my knee, my ankle, my shoulder.
I mean, Pops. Let's dial it down a little bit here. This is an incredibly physical game still, despite all the rule changes.
And he got rocked. In his first few years, he got rocked. So, you know, I give credit to him.
Hold on a second. Blue says, I can honestly say I have watched more football last year and this year because of the show. Pops and Wiz Sportscast.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, I've also had to increase my meds.
Yeah. What do you think about me? I mean, the Giants haven't won a Super Bowl, what, in 13 years? Yeah. You smoking pot yet? No. No, I get it. Yeah. I get it.
He's like, oh, these two lunatics in New York, I gotta get back into football. Honey, get the blood pressure medication. We're watching the Broncos tonight.
Yeah, it's been rough.
You know, Blue, at this point, I feel like I need to see my physician right now. Because, you know, as much as I don't get stressed about watching the Giants anymore, there are moments where I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I feel my blood pressure spiking.
I tell him sometimes, I say, why did I become a Giant fan? That's my late brother. He goes, oh, the Yankees, Mickey Mantle, the Giants, Y.A. Tittle, 1961.
Taylor.
Later. That's 26 years later. But the Giants in 1961, Y.A. Tittle, he was phenomenal. Broke every record. Couldn't beat Lombardi. Super Bowl era wasn't there yet. Lost in Green Bay, lost at home because of field goal, and lost to Chicago Bears. In 63, I'm like, are you kidding?
Can you imagine this conversation? Blue. This is just a thought that popped into my head right now after that comment. Blue's watched the show, right? Watches the show. He's what now, as he stated, he watches football more often now because of our show.
Mm-hmm. Now he's on meds.
And now, can you imagine what the doctor, his doctor, is thinking when he comes in for a checkup? He's like, "Hey, doc, how's it going? Your blood pressure's skyrocketed. What the fuck have you been doing lately?"
Touching the bumps. Get rid of those guys.
Who the fuck is Pops and Whiz? This is this guy, Mr. Whiskers. Wait, his name's Mr. Whiskers? And Papa K. What?
You know, after the Giants lost in '63, you know how long I had to wait? 23 years till they won the Super Bowl in '86. 23 years of torment.
Oh, yeah.
Really? I had to watch Oakland win, the Cowboys win, the Steelers won 4 times in the '70s. We did shit.
Blue. I'm just telling you right now. When you know, in the event that you guys can make it over here for Super Bowl,
Bring your meds.
bring she. Because you're gonna get the live, the unedited version, the behind the scenes version of Pops and Whiz.
Yeah. Psychos. Yeah. Again, Blue, I don't get upset like I used to. I do get upset when my team does get there, which is rare. You know, I've been waiting for the Rangers to get back to go. It's 30 years this year, by the way. And they're really playing good. Giants and Jets.
Oh, he says 23 years. Ouch, Pops.
23 years. 63 to 86.
Yeah.
When the Giants beat, Denver. So
He had to bring it up.
Well, Denver, John Elway. He had no running game. He threw the ball. You know, and great arm, you know, but no running game. And we beat him. Till he got a running game, then he won 2 in a row.
Yeah.
2 Super Bowls in a row.
That right there, the sides of my head hurt right now. That was a good, that was a good laugh. That was a good one.
Denver Broncos, you know, one of the best teams air-wise. But no running game till they got, I forgot his name, and they won 2 in a row. And John Elway right away retired after the second win. Rightfully so. I think he's the CEO of the Broncos right now.
Whew.
Yeah. All right, kiddo.
It is time.
Ladies
and gentlemen, Papa K, you got nothing else you'd like to add?
I'm done. I just hope this is going to be an interesting 3 days.
I think it's going
This
to be
weekend,
without
I
a
mean.
doubt.
Yeah.
Again,
You talk about some big games.
big games this weekend. Keep your eye on the TV. Keep your eye on the scores. You got a smartphone. Check that shit out. We got Pop's Picks. We'll be
watching.
posting it.
They're showing a lot of these games in New York. I don't know about in Denver. They're showing the Miami game and Bills. What's the other one? I think they're showing Houston and Indy. And I think they're showing Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Well, that does it for us tonight. Thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. Hope you had a fantastic New Year's. Fantastic New Year's Eve. Again, Happy New Year's to everybody. If we didn't see you Sunday night. Pop's Picks will be on the Discord tonight. So if you didn't make your picks, you have plenty of time to do so.
You gotta get in on these picks, man. Are you kidding
These
me?
are good ones. These are good ones. Be sure to check it out.
Yep.
We will see you guys next week.
Later.
Take care, everybody. Love you guys. Love this community. Take it easy, Meow. We'll see you soon. Oh! My God! You guys are incredible. Fantastic. You folks take care. Have a good week. Talk to you soon. Take care, guys. Oh, my wallet is getting empty because of all the streaming apps. I have now to watch all the games. Yeah, technology's great, Blue, and at the same time it hurts because now they charge you for fucking everything. There was a time, before I go, that the fantasy app that we're a part of right now, Blue, if you had a player on the team, you could watch the game on your phone for free. Well, that changed. Damn it, Pops and Wiz Sportscast show. I love it. We love you, man. Blue, Mismo, have a fantastic rest of your evening. Everybody take care. We'll see you soon. Oh, my God! I think I'll be back Thursday night for some gaming live streaming. So, you want to hop around? Maybe some more Doom 3. I think I'm nearing the end of that game. Ooh, can't wait. Love it. Take care, everybody.